Hi, this video is to show you how to weave in your ends after you change colors. I did a little demonstration here with a color change, and I changed it 3 times. And I just want to show my crochet student, if I may, how to weave them in. And I'm going to take the purple end and I'm going to weave that one in first. Now this one is closer to this side or over here. I'm going to take in the end and I'm going to hide it underneath that thread there. And then I'm going to turn the needle up and I'm going to go underneath the yellow. And I'm going to go underneath the yellow again. Depending on the length of the tail, you'll know how far to go. That should be far enough to hide it. We're gonna turn back the other way after we pull it in. Now when you pull it, don't pull it so tight where it makes the beginning stitch where the end came from look too tugged or too, you don't want it to look too weird. So you just want to tug it enough to get it to look like either a double crochet or a chain stitch that's in a relaxed position. So now we're going to go the other way and we're going to put it in the other direction. We're going to go over this yellow because we want to anchor it so that it won't ever unravel. We're going to go over the yellow and then we're going to go down through there just the same way we came, and we're going to go out the end that we entered right there, and we're going to pull it out. And you see the little bump there? That's where the stitch is, so we're going to tug on it a little more so that it'll hide. And it's anchored on top of the yellow thread, this yellow thread right there. So it's not very noticeable. You can't even tell. And then what we're going to do with this tail is we're going to get our scissor and we're going to snip it right there at the end, being very careful not to snip anything else. Now we're going to take our yellow we're going to thread it, and we're going to do the same thing again. Now as you can tell, looking at the end, there's no knot or any bump. There's just thread from the stitch that's right there at the end. You don't have to tie any knots or anything like that. So we're going to go underneath the yellow. We're going to go underneath the yellow in here. I'm going to pull it out. And we're going to crawl up the long side of the stitch. This is the way it's going to look on the other side. You might see the needle on the other side because it's just a stitch. We're going to crawl alongside the top of the stitch and we're going to tug it lightly. I'm doing it slow so that you can see what I'm doing. And then we're going to keep going in between, weaving it through the same color, the yellow, and then we're going to go backwards. We're going to weave it through again, because when you go backwards it causes an anchor and it won't let it unravel after you cut it. Now we have made that tail part of that stitch. And as you can see, it's very well hidden. It did not deform the stitch in any way. And it looks like a stitch on the other side also. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our scissor and we're just going to snip that right there. Now let's do another one. We're going to do another one that's closer to the inside. This tail right here, if you want to close the hole, you can weave it in the same direction that it was sewn into the middle ring. This is coming out of this end, so I'm going to weave it into this end right here, and I'm going to hide it under these stitches on that side. And as you can see, I'm going to show you that you cannot see the needle. The needle doesn't show, so when I pull it through, the thread is not going to show either. And if I pull, it's going to close the ring. It's going to make it smaller. But that's only if you want the ring to be smaller. Some people like the little hole as a detail. And we can do away with that. And now we're going to do these over here. Now some people would take this and they would tie it together like this, which you can do, but I would tie it only once like that, which also lets it blend in to the color changes on the edge, and you could barely tell. So we're going to take one of the ends and we're going to curl right up to where these two stitches are. You're going to go right in there, underneath there, and let's get the end out. There's the end out. And we're going to curl right alongside that chain stitch. I believe is a chain stitch. Yes, is a chain stitch. And we're going to weave it into the stitch. Make sure that it's going in the right way. And what we're going to do now is this gives us the opportunity to sneak it in under this yellow right here, because underneath this yellow is the purple. So it lets us hide this little purple tail also. And we're just going to pull on that. And we weaved it right in between the stitches. And now, just to anchor it, we're going to go backwards. And we're going to go underneath. We're going to go over and underneath that first thread right there. You have one thread, you have two threads, and you have three threads right here. Four threads. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we're going to go over and under, over one and under 3 of them. And we're going to go like that. And we're going to go under these like that. And we're going to go all the way out to the outside like that. Now you can turn back and anchor it over that first thread just one more time. It's not really necessary, but if you want to, you can. And we're gonna snip that. Let's just give it a little tug there like that, and is as if they were never there. Now let's do this one. Now we're going to thread it over the yellow. Okay, we're gonna, this is an easy one because it can fit right through the ring, through the beginning ring, and just like that last little tail we put in here, it's all hidden, but you don't want to pull it too much because look what can happen. So we just want to stretch that out a little bit so we can get our stitch back, and there's the stitch. You just can't tug too hard. And then we're just gonna anchor it over one of the stitches, one of the threads, and let's just snip that carefully, and it's as if it wasn't there. Weave it in like this. Go in the opposite direction. And you can do this a couple of times just so you can get some security. You can go underneath here and you can weave it into the next stitch also, just so you won't stress out that first stitch. You can weave it in there. I'm just going to stretch that out a little bit, and let's just go up. And we just snip that over the top. And I hope this helped. And I hope this gets rid of your knots. Now you do have that little showing there, but it's two different colors. And you can't hardly even tell that you weaved anything in. So I hope this helps you a great deal. Thank you for watching.